from college up to NBA. As a freshman, he won the game with one shot. As a sophomore, he was putting seniors on the spot. As a junior, he was building up the strength in his work. As a pro, made any player feel like a jerk. Mike the strong real man, made the leader of a team. Until the whole NBA, this is how I was seen. And with his kangaroo jumping and the stuff from his mouth, watch Jordan come and turn the whole NBA out. Basketball, Michael Jordan does it all. Basketball, the man is standing 6 feet tall. He was injured in the play in relief from the game. All the fans got quiet and the people ashamed. Cause when Jordan was gone, we lost the way in that home. Got beat by Bird, Magic Malone. For half of the season, one seen in his face as he sat on the bench with inspiration in his face. He said he wanted to play. He said he felt okay. So the coach put him in, but he didn't let him stay. Jordan finally got his time and got back on the feet. All his moves got smooth, jump shot got sweet. Cause all was on his mind was getting to the plate. All still in every ball he saw. And with his tongue out his mouth. But Jordan couldn't do it by himself, you see. In the playoffs, he had 49. And 63, he kept a smile on his face cause he gave it a try. And he proved to the world that man can't fly.
Michael Jordan is sponsored in part by Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers, by True Value Hardware, more than just a name, it's our way of doing business, by Heilman's Old Style, America's best brewed premium beer, and by Mobil Oil.
This is a beer town. North side, south side, uptown and downtown. It's the city that works and a city that knows how to play. Beer drinkers here can choose from dozens of brands, but only one is brewed with the purest water on earth and fully kreuzened, which may be why this town likes Heileman's Old Style better than any other beer. Old Style, America's best and Chicago's favorite.
Listen to the heartbeat, ooh, ooh, of America. Listen to the heartbeat, heartbeat of America. Oh yeah.
It's the rhythm on the road. It's the pulse on the street.
Pulse on the street.
City and town of magic sound.
Feel the heartbeat of America. Chevrolet.
That's the day, Chevrolet.
Before you head out to take care of your yard, over to your True Value hardware store. There you'll find these Cervez garden tools, just $6.99 each, less a $2.22 mail-in rebate. Cervez head shears with hardwood handles are only $3.66. The True Temper 24-inch leaf rake is just $3.99, less a $2 mail-in rebate. And good-looking Gilbert & Bennett cedar lawn edging really stands up to the weather. It's just $7.44 at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
No matter how you drive your engine clean with Mobil Super Unleaded Gasoline. Its high-octane detergent formula can unclog fuel injectors and give your car a new injection of power. For top performance, drive your engine clean with Mobil Super Unleaded, high-octane with a plus.
Gets it. Diaz on the dribble off to the right, takes it in.
Michael Jordan does it all. Basketball.
It's as if he is just too good to be believed. Too good at what he does, too good at what he is. How did he get that way? Here is where you go to find out. Charlotte, North Carolina, to a home on a lake where, as is all too seldom the case, a family has been rewarded for world-class parenting. Dolores and James Jordan credit God for Michael and 4 other fine children, but a case could be made for this. The Lord helps those who help their kids. James, an athlete himself, says he never let his children win at games, and they all turned out to be fierce competitors. As for Dolores...
When you have a family and kids, you try to instill in them the value. You see people as you, what you want to be. You know, you don't look at your color or what have you. You see people, and you wish to, treat them like you wish to be treated.
But that doesn't mean one always turns the other cheek in the Jordan philosophy.
Nobody knows whether Michael's right about how much he can play or whether we're right.
In early April 1986, after sitting out most of the season with a foot injury, Jordan went one-on-one with Jerry Reinsdorf, accusing the Bulls owner of limiting his playing time for the wrong reasons.
Our getting into the playoffs, or not getting in the playoffs, has certainly not been a factor in fixing his playing time.
Do you think that there's something to this business of wanting a better position, getting in the lottery?
I hope not. I mean, that just shows the losing attitude, and not just on the team, but in the front office also. We should always go out and try to win.
One of the things that surprised me was the fact that he went straight to the top. I mean, I could see him, talking to the coach or the general manager, something like that. But I have to admire him because he did something that he really believed in.
I think this is something Michael felt like he had to be in control, to let them know his feeling. And this is something else we try to instill, is talk about it. If you got problems, let's talk about it. Let's share it.
Control. On and off the court, Michael is clearly in control of his life. And one of his goals is to enhance the lives of his loved ones without dominating them.
The unique thing about my parents is that they don't want to stay inactive. They always want to be active. Yeah. My mother and my father retired from their jobs that they had as I grew up to do things that they always wanted to do. And my mother's, she's getting into some modeling stuff with Johnson Products and getting around, traveling to make sure the family's taken care of. My father has his business and, what he always wanted to do. And he set his own hours. He can go in and do what he wants. And I think this is the type of work that they wanted, the leisure work that they always dream of having.
Communication among parents and children must be open and honest.
As officers in Michael's company, Jump Incorporated, the Jordans make public appearances, endorse, and even model the new line of Nike's Air Jordan sportswear, and in some cases, deal with Michael's mail. And they do get mail.
Oh, yeah. She says I'm 22 years of age and very, very attractive.
Here's Michael Jordan.
How did you feel when your basket sent the game into overtime?
I felt...
Which brings us to a Jordan problem that millions of American men would be more than happy to share.
Can I do a story on you?
Can you believe that this man ever thought he was destined to be a bachelor? Well, when Diane Sawyer came to Chicago to examine the Jordan phenomenon for the CBS program 60 Minutes, that's what Michael told her.
I always felt that I was going to be a bachelor.
That no one would marry you?
No one would marry me, and I ended up doing my cooking, my dishwashing, my clothes washing, my vacuuming, and my dusting. And, these are things that I should do at home because we had chores to do at home. The players joke with me about it. They asked me to come and do their carpeting and do their cleaning and their washing and all that, which, I can take that. It's just laughter and fun. But a lot of the parents have written me and said that it's been very helpful in their home to get their kids involved in being independent and being domestic and doing things for themselves. I always thought that I was going to be independent and a bachelor and all that. And
change your mind about that part, though.
I did. But
Michael is engaged to Juanita Vinoy. There's no wedding date set, and once again, the Jordan family values come into play.
Ideally, any girl that marries Michael is going to want his devotion, his attention, and stuff like that. See, in the situation that he's in right now, he can't give that. Mm-hmm. Not at this stage of his time. Matter of fact, the way that the whole thing is structured right now, he belongs to everybody. See, everybody wants a little piece of Michael. And it would take a really strong woman to marry him now and live the type of life that he has to live and feel like that she's been treated fairly.
Juanita and Michael feel that privacy strengthens their relationship. But while she certainly has to share him during events like the All-Star Weekend, look what she gets to share.
You can fly, can't you?
For a little while.
These are America's leading light beers. Which one is brewed with pure artesian spring water? Which is naturally carbonated with no shortcuts? Which is fully croissant for smoothness? And which one is naturally brewed? Time's up. The only answer to all the questions is B, Old Style Light. We recommend further study.
Listen to the heartbeat of America. Listen to the heartbeat of America. Oh, yeah.
It's the rhythm on the road. It's the pulse on the street.
Pulse on the street.
City and town, a magic sound.
Feel the heartbeat of America. Chevrolet.
That's the day, Chevrolet.
Commitment, experience. It all comes together when you work with the best. Master Mechanic Tools, only from True Value Hardware stores. At the Indianapolis Speedway or in your own garage, they're backed by True Value Hardware stores' commitment, experience, and exclusive customer satisfaction policy. Master Mechanic Tools, exclusively from True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
This young woman is about to repair her own car. As you watch, she's actually fixing one of the biggest problems facing today's engines: clogged fuel injectors. She's fixing it with Mobile Super Unleaded Gasoline. Its advanced detergent formula can unclog fuel injectors and give your car a new injection of power. Drive your engine clean with Mobile Super Unleaded, high octane with a plus.
Discover the world around you, Saturday nights on 2 on 2. I'm Robin Brantley. Join me along with Bob Wallace when 2 on 2 returns next Saturday at 6:30.
Mike's more than just a player. What he got is a gift. You should know it for yourself. If not, ask Dean Smith. Because if you ask Doug Collins, he'll say Mike's out of sight. Or ask your Olympic coach. His name's Bobby Knight.
I mean, the kid is just an absolutely great kid. If I were going to pick the 3 or 4 best athletes I've ever seen play basketball, he'd be one of them. I think he's the best athlete I've ever seen play basketball, bar none. If I were going to pick people with the best ability I'd ever seen play the game, he'd be one of them. If I were going to pick the best competitors that I'd ever seen play, he'd be one of them. So in the categories of competitiveness, ability, skill, and then athletic ability, he's the best athlete, he's one of the best competitors, he's one of the most skilled players. And that, to me, makes him the best basketball player that I've ever seen play.
The U.S. has its 9th gold medal.
An Olympic gold medal is a treasure indeed, but so is an NCAA championship, and that came first.
He threw it to Worthy. It's over. It's over. East Carolina has won the 1982 NCAA championship.
You think where he came from as a sophomore in high school, not to make his varsity team, to his sophomore year in college. That's what, 3 years time, he's National Player of the Year. And you just can't fathom that, the change. He has amazing talent, which seems to get better and better. I mean, he grew 2 inches while he was here, and he matured physically and just keeps getting better and better. What really separates him, he's just an unbelievable competitor. Every practice drill we had winners and losers. It ruined his day if he lost one of those. And you put all that together with the upbringing he's had at home and the type of young man, he is a rare individual.
Michael left Chapel Hill after just 3 years because Coach Smith felt it was time for him to join the NBA.
We suggested or encouraged him to go ahead and leave because I knew Chicago would take him, and they needed, like Billy Cunningham told me, somebody like a Walter Payton to bring things about. And that's why we wanted that attendance clause in his contract, which we didn't get. But we also knew that Michael would go ahead and graduate. You know, a lot of people, they say he should have stayed and get his degree. Well, he has his degree. He came back in the summers.
He felt this was the best opportunity for me to leave with the career that I had at North Carolina and the opportunity of me having a better career in the professional ranks. And with the Olympics, all of it played in great timing. You know, I missed my senior year and that last year of college because I think the 4 years that you go to college is the best life or the best time in your whole life. And sometimes you have to give up good things to achieve better things.
A special place for Michael on campus was a wall where athletes traditionally gathered. Because of what Michael achieved at Carolina, super freshman J.R. Reed sits there today.
I saw how they worked with him, and he improved from his freshman year to his sophomore year and so on. And I felt that if he could do it, I could come here and try to improve myself and help the team and get better at the same time.
Perfect. It was great for me, perfect for me. It was something that I don't think I could ever give up. If I had a choice to live this life over again, that part of my life I would never even think about changing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 1987 Eastern Conference All-Star.
By the time he reached the All-Star game of 1987, Michael Jordan was voted in by a record 1,141,733 basketball fans.
It's a lot more special because the fan has made me the highest vote getter in the history of the game, and it's great. It makes me feel really good, and it's special also because I get to play with Dr. J in his last All-Star game.
They're going to see the steal beautifully by Dr. J.
Dr. J, the other guy they were talking about in Seattle. The press had dubbed Jordan the doctor's heir, then spent the rest of the weekend asking him if he really was.
I think we're different because I see Dr. J as a small forward, and I see myself as a guard. And we play, I think, different styles of games. You know, I don't mind being compared to him, but I really feel that we're different players in a sense.
Michael, could you briefly talk about, I know you've mentioned it before, Julius's last All-Star game, the end of his career?
Michael, how do you feel when people call Michael Jordan the next Dr. J?
I think it's very sentimental to me that I get the chance to play with him on his last All-Star game, and I'm hoping that he plays well enough to get MVP because that'd be great for him.
Well, Julius Erving didn't make MVP, and neither did Michael, but he did win the slam dunk.
I can hear his engines revving now.
You know what he's doing? I thought he was going out the gym. Yeah, this is going to be the long one. Take off.
Meanwhile, the season continued in Chicago as Coach Doug Collins became increasingly creative in describing the Bulls' offense.
When we played, I guess about 3 weeks ago against Boston, we go down to halftime, and Bird's got 33. And my assistant coaches are going like, golly, Bird's got there. I says, guys, now you know how the other teams feel against us every stinking night.
I think that's the biggest fault I think about the whole season this year is that I've been called upon to score a lot more points. I think defense is something I really pride on playing. I don't want to be known as just an offensive player. I think I play both ends of the court. And I think in upcoming years when I'm not called upon to score as many points as I have this season, other parts of my game will get exposed a lot more.
But while he waits for a better day, Michael does the job he's asked to do.
The Bulls get it in play to Michael Jordan. No timeout. Michael into the front court. Left corner shot by Jordan. Goal!
Across the NBA, they beat him up, but they don't slow him down.
Dantley knocks him down, and Michael's up ready to go with Dantley. What the heck is going on?
Michael Jordan, I don't know how he's done it all year long. I mean, 6'6", 195 pounds, and the beating that he takes every single night. I compare him to the old gunslingers in the West where, you know, he stands at the bar and guy walks in and says, "Are you Michael Jordan?" Yeah, so well, let's go out in the street, you know, and you got to go out and prove yourself every single day that you're still the quickest draw in the West.
Do you look for signs that he may be flagging? Do you see any?
I can usually tell in Michael's face if he's tired or not. But even when he's that way, he finds a way to get himself going. The crowd, he plays off the crowd.
The crowd energizes Michael, and his own love of the game and sense of fun keep him going. Watch closely. Nobody is safe with Michael Jordan around. But who is around Michael, and who will be?
What you need is an NBA title.
Right. Which I hope will come within the next 5 years, hopefully. I hope. I thought I would have a little bit more control in the sense that they were saying more or less that I was the nucleus of the team. But it's not that way.
The men who are in control owe Michael Jordan their best efforts. He certainly gives them his.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. When Michael Jordan scored his 37th point, he became the first player since 1963 and only the second player in NBA history to score 3,000 points in a single season.
And Michael scored a record 23 points in a row on the way to a total of 61 on a night when he played hurt and his team lost. But his fans didn't lose. They never do.
This is a beer town. North side, south side, uptown, and downtown. It's the city that works and a city that knows how to play. Beer drinkers here can choose from dozens of brands, but only one is brewed with the purest water on earth and fully kreuzened, which may be why this town likes Heileman's Old Style better than any other beer. Old Style, America's best and Chicago's favorite.
It's the rhythm on the road. It's the pulse on the street. City and town, a magic sound.
Feel the heartbeat of America. Chevrolet.
That's today, Chevrolet.
No matter how you drive your engine clean with Mobil Super Unleaded Gasoline. Its high-octane detergent formula can unclog fuel injectors and give your car a new injection of power. For top performance, drive your engine clean with Mobil Super Unleaded, high-octane with a plus.
Michael Jordan was sponsored in part by Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
Michael, to me, he's a special person. I look at him as a person first, which I prefer to do, because in first meeting him, the humility and humbleness, came through, and it just completely overshadowed anything that he could do after that on the basketball court.
Where Michael is Dr. J's true heir is off the court. The two men share both affection and respect for that most important part of their audience, the children.
I love kids. I really do. I can't wait to someday have my own.
Hey, Mike, is that really your car?
Yep.
Michael's commercials, carefully chosen, even more carefully crafted, are full of children and fantasy.
What's your favorite commercial?
The one that I ever done? Santa Claus, Christmas time. I played one-on-one with Santa Claus. He didn't know it was Santa Claus until the end. At the end, he comes in, and we hug, and he's sweating, and he's just wore out, and he's tired. It's the greatest commercial I've done.
I think that Michael's face gives off good vibes.
God, I wish I could pick everybody.
I always gauge a person's popularity by the way children react to them, because children can spot a phony a mile away. And I've always seen the way children react and the smile they get on their face when Michael rubs their head or smiles at them or says hi.
Well, I try to be their friend, first of all. I don't want it to be where I'm bigger than they are. In their eyes, it may be that, but in my eyes, I'm their friend, and I can talk to them just like if there was someone I knew for a long period of time.
I've been through it all, sweetheart. Name calling. Saw that follow through.
I can feel it. You're going to make it fun.
Now I'm going to look at you and shoot this.
I try not to isolate myself away from people. I want to be a part of the people. And when I see these kids in the way that, they try to follow my footsteps, it's a compliment. I really enjoy that. but still, I still feel that they are my friends, and I can sit down and have a normal conversation with them and not have a conversation that they don't understand.
It's almost scary when you go on the road to see the reaction that people give Michael. I mean, the kids that come to the hotel to try to catch Michael getting on the bus, and he's got to get on the bus, and the look of disappointment on their face when they don't get his autograph. The response, I mean, there was a great picture from the Portland paper. Michael walking onto the floor with our team, and there's a single file line, and you see in the background all these kids standing, taking pictures and like reaching out to touch him. It's like, I compare it to biblically about people reaching out trying to touch Christ's garment. It's like they just want to touch him.
They reach out to touch him, and he reaches back and touches their lives.
Oh, he has charisma, but we shouldn't make him larger than life because I think that's too much of a burden, but he won't let it happen. I mean, he's going to go ahead and be himself and be caring to other people, and we all stand on the same level before God, and he realizes that.
Sometimes there's a basket. God says he knows who's shooting. Oh, it's you, Michael? Come on in.
I'm only human, of flesh and blood I'm made. Human, born to make mistakes.
49 for Michael Jordan. I'm out of room in my scoreboard.
No one else could ever take your place. He's just a kid, but he's a pro. Got years to go, and there's a lot more to say, but this the end of the show.